Hello students, today we'll study about Mendel's experiment under the topic Principles of Inheritance and Variations. So let us start with the terms related with Mendel or the laws of inheritance. Genetics. Genetics is a branch of biology that deals with inheritance and variations of characters from parents to their offsprings. Okay, next is inheritance. Inheritance is the process, or it is defined as the transmission of characters from one generation to another generation. Now, next we have variation. Variation is a degree by which, or variations, we can say these are the changes or the differences between the parents and the offsprings. Next, George John Mendel. He is known as the father of genetics. He conducted experiments and explained the laws of inheritance and variations. Now let us study about the Mendel's experiment in detail. How did Mendel conducted experiment? Mendel chose garden pea. He chose garden pea as a experimental organism. The scientific name of garden pea is Pisum sativum. Now, why he chose this plant garden pea? Due to the easy availability of this plant on the large scale, large number of varieties are available of this plant and they are able to self pollinate and cross pollinate both. Now, Mendel selected 14 contrasting traits to conduct this experiment. What are these contrasting traits that are chosen by Mendel? The contrasting 7 contrasting traits, okay, 14 traits or 7 contrasting uh, traits chosen by George John Mendel was seed color, seed shape, then pod color, pod shape, flower position and flower color. Okay, so these are the various traits, contrasting traits chosen by Mendel. He took dominant character and recessive. He took dominant gene and recessive both. Now talking about the stem length in the stem, the length of the stem may be long and short. It may be, the plant may be tall or dwarf. So similarly, he took six other traits like the stem length, flower position. Talking about the position of the flower, the position of the flower may be auxiliary and terminal. Auxiliary is a dominant trait and terminal is the recessive trait. What about the pod shape or color? The pod shape may be inflated, that is dominant, and constricted, that is recessive. The pod color is green and yellow. Green is a dominant trait and yellow is the recessive trait. Now about the seed color may be yellow and green. Seed shape, the shape of the seed may be round and wrinkled. Now how did Mendel conducted experiments? The experimental procedure of the Mendel was, he firstly chose a character. He observed one character at a time. For this, he crossed a tall, the very first cross performed by Mendel, he took a tall pea plant and crossed the true breeding lines. He took tall pea plant and dwarf pea plant to study the inheritance of one gene. When one character is studied at a time, then it is termed as the inheritance of one gene. When one character is studied at the time, that it is an inheritance of one gene, and this is termed as a monohybrid cross. So the seeds that are chosen by Mendel for this progeny, the seeds produced by the first monohybrid cross were grown to develop the F1 generation. Then he self-pollinate the F1 generation to produce the F2 generation, that is a second filial generation. Now next, in later experiments, इसके बाद मेंडल ने क्या किया? He crossed plants with the two contrasting traits. Firstly, he crossed plant with one contrasting trait. Secondly, he crossed plant with two contrasting traits. Now he took round or wrinkled, maybe, okay, round and wrinkled, along with round yellow, one color, that is a seed color, and another is that is a shape of the seed, round, wrinkled and round yellow. Now Mendel's observation, what are the Mendel's observation after his experiment? He found that in F1 generation all the pea plants were tall and no one plant is dwarf. But when he crossed F1, self crossed F1 progeny, then he found in the F2 progeny, then he found that in F2 progeny he obtained different type of traits, and the ratio of the traits in F2 is 3:1. Now out of these three were tall and one is dwarf, so he called it monohybrid cross. Now, what are the inferences of the Mendel's experiment? Mendel inferred that something was there that is passed on from parents to offsprings. What was that thing? He called it factors. Now, he termed factors as a genes. Okay, genes were termed as a factors by Mendel. So, what are genes? Genes are the units of inheritance. They contain the information that regarding a trait that is passed on from one generation to another generation. Now genes code for a particular contrasting traits. Now what are these? These are alleles. Okay, as they are slightly different from the these are slightly different forms of the actual gene of the same gene. Mendel also proposed that in true breeding lines, allelic pair may be identical. If the allelic pair may be identical, they are identical. That is, if he represents tall plant with capital T, then that is a homozygous. And if we have capital T, small t, then that plant is said to be heterozygous. Okay. And he also described certain laws that is termed as Mendel's laws of inheritance, that is law of dominance, okay, law of segregation and law of independent assortment. So here we have a cross between the tall and the dwarf pea plant. In this he took tall pea plant as a capital T and dwarf pea plant as a small t. Then we have gametes are produced. When these gametes are crossed, when these two plants with these type of gametes, capital T, small t, they are crossed, then we have a F1 generation, that is capital T, small t. When this F1 generation is self, then we have capital T, small t and capital T, small t again as a gametes. When these four gametes are crossed together, then we have F2 generation, and in F2 generation we have three tall plants and one plant is dwarf. So we have total 4 combinations here. Now there is a segregation of alleles in this process. As you have seen that we have 50% chances of the gametes containing one allele then either of the alleles. So after fertilization, the hybrid that is produced is in F2 generation, that will be capital T, small t, that is heterozygous. Now Mendel found that the phenotype of capital T, small t will be similar as to the parents, and he proposed that there is a pair of this similar factor, one that dominates and another that doesn't dominate, that is recessive in this cross. So the dominant gene is termed as a dominant allele, dominant factor, and another one is recessive. He called it the law of dominance. Alleles can be similar in case of homozygous and can be dissimilar in case of heterozygous. That means capital T and small t, capital T, small t. Mendel's laws of inheritance. Very first law I had told you, that law of dominance. As this law states that the characters are controlled by the genes which are present in pair. When the alternate genes are present, characters are present, then only one factor that expresses out of these two, only one dominant trait will express and the other will be hidden. Okay, other will remain hidden, and the trait that is expressed is the dominant trait. That is a law of dominance. Then we have law of segregation. Law of segregation states that factors or the alleles of a pair segregate during a gamete formation. While gamete formation, the allelic pair segregates or the gene segregates in such a way that each gamete receives only one pair of factor, one of the two factors. They do not show any blending. That is the law of segregation. Now the third one is law of independent assortment. This law holds good for dihybrid cross. It is based on inheritance of two genes. What do you mean by dihybrid cross? When we have the we can say inheritance of two genes at a time, that is termed as a dihybrid cross. So it is based on the inheritance of two genes. In the dihybrid cross, when pair of contrasting traits are combined in a hybrid, then the segregation of one pair is independent on the other pair of characters. Now these factors randomly rearrange in the offsprings, producing both parental and the new combinations. Okay, so this is a law of independent assortment. Now in this we have we are having here the cross, dihybrid cross. In this cross we have one pea plant with a yellow round, okay, with the yellow round seeds, when crossed with another pea plant with the wrinkled round seeds. From these two plants we have yellow round gametes produced from the yellow round, and wrinkled round, that is wrinkled round gametes, and they are represented by capital Y, capital Y, capital R, capital R, small y, small y, small r, small r. The gametes produced are capital YR and small y r. So here we have, these are the gametes that are produced here. These are the gametes. Now when these gametes are produced, then we have F1. This one is your F1. This is your F1 generation, that is capital Y, small y, capital R, small r. When this capital Y, small y, capital R, small y is selfed, then we have four gametes. The four gametes are produced. These four gametes are this capital Y, small y, small r, small y, capital R, capital Y is small r, and capital Y, capital R. On this, these same gametes are produced with the another pea plant with which it is selfed or crossed. So these plants are when these gametes are placed in a Punnett scare box, when these gametes are placed in a Punnett scare box, then these gametes, when these gametes are crossed, then we have 16 pea plants along with the four different type of combinations. Okay, so the four different type of combinations that are produced from this, we have yellow round, green round, yellow wrinkled, and wrinkled green. Okay, round yellow, round green, wrinkled yellow, and wrinkled green. What is the ratio of this? After cross, we are able to find out that the ratio of round yellow pea plant is 9, round green is 3, and wrinkled yellow is 3, and wrinkled green is only 1. So the total are 16. So this is the ratio of the dihybrid cross. Yes, thank you, students.